Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 2024 VRC Dirt Oval World Championship for our 8-scale Nitro Buggies. I'm Mike Garrison here to bring you the action. Here's our A-Main Grid lineup. Jimmy Flack, your top qualifier. No surprise there as we get set for that tone to sound off and underway. Here we go. Jimmy Flack going to be leading us out as they come down the front stretch here in this one. Andrea Navati, your second place qualifier. Tobias Lindgren, your third place qualifier. Everybody off to a good start here in this one. Jimmy Flack leading the way, but I tell you what, Navati right there on him coming out of turn two. Down the back stretch they go. Jimmy Flack in the red, white, and black. Andrea Navati in the blue and pink in the number 2 spot. Hikaru Nagara in the number 3 spot now. Christoph Enot in the number 4 spot. Guilherme Cognon in the 5 spot. A lot of racing left to go here in this one. These drivers making their way down the front stretch. Jimmy Flack, once again here in 2024, he has won every single VRC-Pro Dirt Oval Championship we've had so far. Can he do it again here in this one? Here is Hikaru Nagara, new to the scene here, I do believe, in the Dirt Oval scene. As he's working his way around, he was in the number 3 spot, drops back just a bit here. Nagara down the front stretch. Back around on the right-hand side, coming into turn 1, coming out of turn 2, just ahead of Cognon there. Cognon diving to the inside, coming out of turn 2, some good slow motion action. Nagara down the backstretch, he goes, sitting in the number 4 spot. Chasing down Tobias Lindgren at this point. He qualified in the number 5 spot, sitting in the number 5 spot right now. Guilherme Cognon right there ahead of him in the 4 spot. Right now, your top 5 drivers all sit as they qualified. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Jimmy Flack out front leading the way already with a 1-second lead on Andrea Navati. Cognon there with a 9.175, his best lap so far here in this one. Coming back around down the front stretch. Cognon in the number 4 spot now. That's going to drop Nagara back to the 5 spot. Here comes your race leader, though. Down the front stretch he goes into turn 1, coming out of turn 2. Down. Oh, little mistake there for Jimmy Flack. Holy smokes. Jimmy Flack running up against the back wall there in this one. Flack, your race leader, with a 1.2-second lead on Andrea Navati in the 2 spot. Tobias Lindgren in that 3 spot. Here's your second place driver. Navati was giving Flack there a run for his money just to start this one out. We're 2 minutes, 15 seconds in, though. And Navati has dropped back into that 2 spot. Lindgren in the 3 spot here in this one. Lindgren in that bright yellow and blue. Pink wheels, pink wing. A 9.040 backed up by a 9.049. Consistency right there for Tobias Lindgren. He's going to be 1.2 seconds back from Navati. Here comes Lead General down the backstretch. Lead General in the number 9 spot. He qualified 10th. He's worked his way up in the 9 spot here. Milan Pika in this one. Back to Nagara in that 5 spot. I tell you what, Nagara, he's got Enot right behind him along with Torsten and Milan Pika. Good battle here for these drivers. Last time by there, 9.3. That time by 9.4. That is a battle there for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th all together coming out of turn 2. Down the backstretch they go, coming into turn 3. Enot diving up the inside, sweeping around there. Nagara drops back into the number 7 spot here. Milan Pika in the number 8 spot. Into the chase cam we go. Pika coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch. As you can see, Pika goes a bit wider there. Oh, big mistake right there for Pika. Pika in between 1 and 2, catches the inside fencing, spins him back around. And one thing that I have seen firsthand in the Dirt Oval Championships here for VRC-Pro, one mistake in Dirt Oval, and that could be it. That could be the race for you. It's hard to make up time as fast, as consistent, and as smooth as this competition can be. Jimmy Flack out front still once again. Torsten Alt in that number 5 spot here in this one. A good lap for Torsten. His fast lap of 9.063. Down the front stretch he goes. 4 minutes into this one. We're going to see some pit stops here in this race as Jimmy Flack out front with a 3-second lead on Navati in the number 2 spot. Lindgren only 0.6 of a second back from him in that 3 spot now. Cognon in the 4 spot. Alt here in the 5 spot. Once again back to the front here for your race leader, Jimmy Flack, down the front stretch. Here comes Navati. Here comes pit stops. Navati in for fuel here in this one. An early pit stop for Navati. He is in and out, making a pit stop at the 4:25 mark. Out of turn 2 he goes. We'll see what his lap time is here. 15.6 with the pit stop. Now again, as we mentioned, Navati had an early pit stop in this one, so we'll see how this shakes up. A lot of these drivers are going to be trying to go a little bit further than he just went. As you can see, Jimmy Flack, your race leader, he has not made his pit stop yet. Flack working his way into some traffic here. Looking for a clear track ahead of him. I expect Flack to come in here in the next few laps as we come close to that 5-minute mark. Take a look at some slow-motion action here as Flack coming between turn 1 and turn 2. Oh, Arlt! Whoa! That could have been catastrophic right there between those two drivers. Arlt hit that fence, bounced up. Flack goes under the front wheels of him, and back around they go. Here's Andre Novati, your second place qualifier, was running second before the pit stop. He dropped back to the 8th place spot. He is now back up into the 5th place spot here, battling it out with Milan Pica in 6th. Now Milan Pica has not made his pit stop yet either. 5:30 into this one. Jimmy Flack leading the way. Tobias Lindgren at this point is in 2nd. Cognon up to 3rd. Enot in 4th. Novati in 5th. And it looks like Enot may be in the pits there for his pit stop here. 5:45 into this one. Back out of turn 4, down the front stretch into turn 1, coming out of turn 2. Here comes Tobias Lindgren. Lindgren in for fuel now, your second place driver. Yeah, you can hear these drivers on the gas as they come out of pit lane. Here comes your race leader, Jimmy Flack, in for fuel now. This should pretty well do it. I believe everybody on the racetrack at this point has made their pit stop. As they come out of pit lane, we'll let them get one more lap in. This should sort out where they're going to be. Novati should be back up in the 2 spot. He is. Tobias Lindgren, that 3 spot, only 0.7 of a second back from it. Willem Cogman in that number 4 spot. Yakaru Nagara in the 5 spot. Nagara only 0.5 of a second back right now from Cognon. And Novati 5.9 seconds back from Jimmy Flack in the lead. Flack making his way back around here down the backstretch. Into 3 out of 4. The infield cam here. Love this shot coming into turn 1 and 2. Jimmy Flack on rails as usual here in our nitro buggy. Flack leading the way here. Novati in the 2 spot. Still lingering to the 3. Cognon in that 4. Nagara in the 5. Enot in the 6. Alt, Pica, and General. 7:10 into this one. 7:10. Your race leader, Jimmy Flack, he's led every lap so far. Again, at the start of this race, Novati gave him a run for his money, but once again, Flack starts stretching out his lead here. Here comes Flack down around the front stretch here. Fast lap for Jimmy Flack right now is an 8.860. That time by the line, 8.9. The lap before that, an 8.9. And jumping back here to our 3rd place driver now, Tobias Lindgren. Tobias going to be 2.9 seconds back from Novati. And 2.4 seconds ahead of Guilherme Cognon. Oh, trouble there for Lindgren. Lindgren coming out of turn 4 now. Jimmy Flack, 7:55 into this one. Flack down the backstretch into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4. New fast lap of the race, an 8.817 for your race leader, Jimmy Flack. Here comes Flack back down the front stretch, that time by an 8.9. Flack has got that buggy dialed in here for the dirt oval scene. It's Flack, Novati, Lindgren, your top 3. Cognon in the 4 spot, Nagara in the 5. All top 5 drivers starting to spread themselves out just a bit here in this one. There you see Milan Pica. He's sitting in the 8th place spot as Flack puts him a lap down here in this one. Novati making his way around, chasing down Christoph Enot. Looks like Novati putting him another lap down as well. And Novati, a new fast lap there for himself, a personal best, an 8.960 on lap 54. Last time by a 9.1, backed up by a 9.1 and another 9.1. Jimmy Flack right now here in this one. Those few tenths of a seconds between them, that all adds up. And we're 60 laps into this race. Jimmy Flack, you got to think about that. Flack, a few tenths at a time after 60 laps. He starts stretching that lead out more and more and more. It looks like Novati in for fuel now. Novati with his 2nd pit stop. Now remember, Novati made an early pit stop on his first one. We'll see how this pans out for him here on the 2nd one. Back down the front stretch onto the right-hand side. Here comes Jimmy Flack. Jimmy Flack trying to put a lap on most of the field, if not more than a lap here. Back around on the back side of the track. Andre Novati trying to hold him off Right now, Flack is 1 lap ahead of our second place driver. He's trying to put in 2 laps down here in this one. 12-minute race here for these drivers. Less than 3 minutes to go, coming up on the 2-minute mark. There goes Navati coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Cognon sitting in third. Great run here in this one for Guillermo Cognon. Tobias Lindgren dropping back in the 4th place spot. Hikaru Nagara in 5th. Torsten, Kristoff, Milan, and Lee rounding out your field here in this one. 10:15 to go. Pit stop should be out of the way. It's all racing here. Back around onto the front stretch. Tobias Lindgren in that bright blue and yellow, pink wheels, pink wing. Can't miss him out there. Probably the brightest car on the racetrack right now. He is sitting in the number 4 spot, 0.3 of a second. Out of the 3rd place spot behind Cognon. Coming into turn 3, coming out of turn 4 now. Lindgren sweeps wide, trying to make the slingshot, dives to the inside. Lindgren makes the move. Cognon right back by him. Cognon back over the number 3 spot. Lindgren going to try it again here. Down the front stretch they go into 1, coming out of 2. Down the back stretch, wheel to wheel. Cognon back up to that 3 spot. Lindgren again. Slingshots coming out of 4. Meanwhile, as those two are battling, here comes Jimmy Flack. Jimmy says, pardon me, I'll come back through. Another lap down you go. 55 seconds to go in this one. Tobias Lindgren now up into the 3 spot. It looks like maybe he's going to hold Cognon off here in this one. 45 seconds to go. Cognon, though, putting the pressure on him as they come into 1 out of 2. Meanwhile, Jimmy Flack here, your race leader, looking for another start-to-finish win for another VRC Dirt Oval World Championship. Andrea Navati in the number 2 spot, 30 seconds to go. Navati into 1, coming out of 2. Here's Cognon in the 4 spot, chasing down Lindgren. That battle's not over yet here in this one. 20 seconds to go. They're going to get 3 more, maybe 4. It's going to be close here in this one. No, they're going to get less than that. Here they come back around. 8 seconds left on the clock. They're going to cross that line, it looks like, one more time. The battle's going to rage on. Time is going to expire. Here they come back around into 1. Coming out of 2. Once again, your world champion, Jimmy Flack, has done it again here at 8-scale Nitro Buggy. Flack coming around for the win. Andrea Navati coming around for the number 2 spot. Tobias Lindgren holds on to 3rd. Congratulations once again to Jimmy Flack, our undefeated VRC Oval World Champion.